Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Mikey Knox, and I'm going to show you how to replace the front wheels and the rear hub wheels on your Backfire Galaxy 2. I got the 97 millimeters that came in with my order, and I'm really excited to get these on because you're going to get a little bit higher top end speed, and you're going to have a lot more security going over cracks and bumps with the bigger wheels. I would highly suggest getting a set of these. These are going to be great. So, alright, first off, I already replaced one wheel and one hub motor. So I'm going to show you how I did that with the other two that I got left. So starting with the front truck, you got your little nut that holds the wheel on. You're going to take your multi-tool that came with the Backfire, and there's two ends here. One of them's bigger, it's for the kingpin, and one of them's smaller, it's for the nuts to get the wheel off. So going up to that, you're going to slide it right on. You're going to go counterclockwise to break the screw, and you're just going to keep going counterclockwise, and once it's loose it should come right off. You can hand screw it. So first one. Alright, so then the first one, you get two bearings, one on one side, one on the other, and then there's a spacer in between the bearings. You can't really see them, but you kind of have to knock that spacer out of place so you can get something in there to pry the bearings out. So I'll just use my hand. If you can't break it free with your hand, you can just take a little screwdriver and push it out of the way. There we go. I got it off center a little bit there. See how it slid down? Now you can get your screwdriver in between the bearing and kind of start prying on it. Now I'm gonna come over here and do it like this. So kind of go a little bit at a time, and then spin the wheel, quarter turn, keep going, quarter turn, get that spacer out of the way, another quarter turn, another little bit. They're in there nice and snug. Just go nice and slow. You don't want to damage the bearing until it pops free. So then you get your first bearing out, and let me see if this is in frame. Your first bearing out, and everything is good, nice and smooth. There's no damage. You don't want to damage the shield, so go really slow. Take your time. And then inside the wheel, there's the spacer. You can just tip it over. There's the spacer. It'll come right out. And then the second bearing is a lot easier, because then you can just take your multi-tool, you can flip the wheel around, you can just push it from the back. There you go. So there's that. There's the second bearing. Okay. So then we're going to grab our 97 millimeter, and we're going to take the first bearing, and then we're just going to slide that right in, put it in nice and straight, use even pressure on both sides, and just pop her in all the way in. There. That's one. And then you take the spacer and just slide the spacer in there. Make sure it's not tilted on its side. Make sure it's running the long way. If you put it in like this, you're not going to be able to get your bearing in, and it's not going to go on. So spin it around. Get the spacer in, then take the other bearing. Slide that in the top, and nice and even. There. Snap it right in. Now then we're in there. Now you're going to see your spacer is offset in the middle. See that? And you're going to want to take your little screwdriver and kind of slide it into place. So then you can get it onto the axle. Or you can just, wiggle it and slide it, whatever you got to do to get it to even up. And from there, make sure these are in there nice and good. So we're going to just move it around, wiggle it, and until the spacer is lined up, and we'll just slide that right on the axle. There you go. And take your nut and go clockwise this time. And we'll take our multi-tool and we'll tighten this all the way up. Now it's going to get to a point, you got to know how tight to do these, because I can still wiggle the wheel. You want to get it tight enough so you don't have that wiggle, but not too tight to where the wheel won't spin. There we go. That seems nice and tight. And just keep checking, go a little bit tighter until you get it and there's no wobble. There we go. It feels pretty tight. There. That's nice and secure. Okay. Onto the hub motor. Alright. So there's the hub motor. And as you can see, let me get it on here a little bit. Maybe if I put the... As you can see, there's 6 hex screws on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 of them are missing because I took 2 out already, so it didn't take forever to unscrew everything. So let's see if we can prop the board up, show you how to do this. Okay, so your Backfire came with a hex key, because these are hex screws. So then it's got a, a long end that you can twist real fast, and a short end that you can break everything loose with. So I already loosened these up a little bit, but you're going to take the hex key, and again you're going to go counterclockwise. It's easier here. I'll set it down and show you how I did it. So this is the perfect technique. If you hold the tire, or hold the wheel, and then you go counterclockwise, there's a little bit of force, but then you just rotate the tire, go to the next one, and break it loose. There, see? And once we go, you go through every one and break them loose. And then, once you got all of them loose, then you can take your short end, and you can just spin them on out. Now each one of these screws has a, sorry you can't see it that well, but each one of these screws has a little washer on the end of them. Don't lose that washer. You're going to need that. So there's 1, I already got 2 out. So that's 3, here's number 4, 5. Sorry, this angle is pretty rough. You can't see me unscrewing it, but you get the idea. That's 5, and I got 1 more. Alright. And once you got them out, then there's a hubcap on here, and this just comes right off. It's super easy. There, this one's just tipping off. So then you got the hubcap there. And this goes on one way because there's a front and a back. The back is completely flat. The outside's got a little bit of a concave to it. So we'll set that aside. And then from here, you got the polyurethane on here. And what you'll do is you'll just keep pressure in the middle and use your fingers to pry the urethane off. Now it comes with this, your Backfire comes with this lubrication that you apply to the wheel when putting it on and off, because it helps it slide on and off. So that's a bonus. That's really cool. So we'll set that there. There's the old polyurethane, the 80mm. And then here's the new one. Nice brand new 97mm. These are going to be great. And then what I did is I just took the lubrication and I just squeezed some into each one of the crevices here. A little bit goes a long way with this. You don't need to squirt a whole bottle in here. And then I just put a little bit on this side too. Just a little bit. Doesn't need to be crazy. Alright. And once I was done with that, I used my finger to kind of spread it in there. Don't worry guys, once I get the hang of these YouTube videos, I'll get some editing software and I'll do the fast forward. So you don't have to sit here and watch me do all this. Alright, there we go. We got some nice lubrication in there. Get it all the way around here. Alright. And then from here, there's two sides of the hub motor. Here's the front where the actual hubcap goes on. So you know that this side slides onto the hub motor. And it's got these little grooves. Each one of the grooves lined up to a groove on the tire. Or the wheel, sorry. So we'll slide that on all the way up until it don't go. And it sits nice and flush there. And I'll just grab the hub motor, grab a screw, line the wheels up, or line the holes up. Of course you can't see the holes. There we go. Get this first screw started. Oh, sorry, my fingers are greasy now from that grease. So once you get the first one started, it'll hold the hub or the hubcap in place. So then you can do the rest of them. Or you could tilt the board up on its side, but I got it sideways because I have nobody to hold the camera for me. So then we'll just keep going. We'll put all 6 in. Alright, there. Now you can see it. This goes a lot faster when you're just doing it by yourself. I'm just taking a long time here because...
Cap.
Oh, you got a cap? Okay. Yep, that goes on that.
Thank you.
Good job, thank you. Alright, just screw them down until they're snug. And then just grab the key and just do a, I don't know, like a quarter turn just to make sure they're nice and tight and go through each one. You don't want to over tighten them, you don't want to strip the screws, but just go over each one of them with a quarter turn here and get them nice and snug. And once you get them all, you can go over every one just one more time, just a little bit until you don't get any more resistance. And you can feel it, you can gauge it. Don't over crank it, you'll strip the hex bolt. There we go. There we go. And that's it. That's how we change the tires. Sorry it dragged on a little bit because it took me a while to get them little screws in there. My fingers are all greasy and I was holding the camera with one hand. So, alright. Thanks for the help, Noli. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
See you guys next time.